Punnett squares. Have you ever flipped a coin and guessed heads or tails? Well, because a coin has two sides, there are only two possible outcomes, heads or tails. You have a 50% chance of getting heads and a 50% chance of getting tails. The chance of getting an outcome can be represented by a ratio. The ratio of heads to tails is 50 to 50 or 1 to 1. Plant breeders and animal breeders use a method for predicting how often traits will appear in offspring that does not require performing the crosses thousands of times. A Punnett square can be used to predict and identify traits among genetically related individuals. For a Punnett square to work, the genotypes of the parents must be known. Then the different genotypes and phenotypes of the offspring can be predicted. A Punnett square is a model used to predict possible genotypes and phenotypes of offspring. Let's go ahead and learn how to build a Punnett square. Now, to construct a Punnett square, you place one of the parent's alleles or genotypes along the top of the square and the other parent's genotypes or alleles along the side. When you cross the two parent alleles, you copy one parent alleles across each row and the other parents down each column. Always list the dominant trait or the capital letter first. As you can see in this diagram, we have crossed two pea plants that are heterozygous for tall plant height with a capital T and a lowercase t. By doing this, it will produce offspring in the following ratio. There is a possibility that 1/4 of the offspring will be homozygous dominant, 2/4 of the offspring, or half, will be heterozygous dominant, and 1/4 of the offspring will be homozygous recessive. Because capital T and capital T lowercase t represent the same phenotype, which is tall, the offspring can only have one of the two phenotypes, tall or short. The ratio of phenotypes is written 3 to 1. Therefore, about 75% of the offspring of the cross between two heterozygous pea plants will produce tall offspring, and 25% of the plants will produce short offspring. Given a 3 to 1 ratio, you can expect that an offspring from heterozygous parents has a 3 to 1 chance of being tall. But you cannot expect that a group of 4 seeds will have 3 tall plants and 1 short plant. This is because one offspring does not affect the phenotype for another offspring. In a similar way, the outcome of one coin toss does not affect the outcome of other coin tosses. Let's go ahead and do another example to predict probabilities. Now let's show a cross between a purebred tall plant and a purebred short plant. The allele for a tall plant is dominant over the allele for the short plant. Once crossed, notice that only one allele combination is possible in the offspring, capital T, lowercase t. All of the offspring will inherit the dominant allele for tall plants. Because of this, all of the offspring will be tall. There is a 100% probability that the offspring will be tall. Punnett squares are a great tool to help predict the possibilities of offspring and can also be created for dihybrid crosses. Now, it is time to show what you know.